Good evening, Peter.
Hello, Ross. How are you doing? You
Very good. Wednesday already, yeah?
Can't believe it. It's been a crazy.
I think your microphone just popped off. Peter, if you can hear me, your microphone's popped off.
Yep.
Oh, it's back on again. There we go.
Had a brilliant week. So far.
What have you been up to?
Great birthday on Monday.
Happy birthday.
It was brilliant. Just
a lot of
the family. A lockdown birthday. Brilliant. Really enjoyed it.
Brilliant, yeah. Hi, Harry. That was a great birthday we had on Sunday. A lot of folk. It was great listening back to some of the comments of the folk, how much they enjoyed that show. It was a lot of good fun, and it was enjoyed watching you.
It was really quite amazing. And when I had to watch back that wee slideshow that you made up, that Karen you had to do with.
Yeah.
It was quite amazing seeing all the people, and there was a few people I had to work out who they were.
Was that because they were naked?
There was a couple that was quite amazing. Phil Cunningham with his little Viking hat on was quite something.
Aye.
Is that
who it was?
Yeah.
Was it?
Aye. And Ewan Thompson that makes the fiddles with the accordion he'd made. And he put a brilliant comment on after it, said, there's a swear word, but he said, I've made the accordion the wrong way round. But brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good fun. And then, yesterday's just, but yeah, so we had a great day. And Grace and Angus loved giving me the box of Maltesers that they ate. That was my birthday present from them.
Aye. That's the rules, isn't it? That's the
rules. So it was pretty good. Good fun. What have you been up to?
This week, well, this has been the week off that I've had really since lockdown. First proper week that I've had off, that I've not been teaching at all. So I'm going to go camping up Loch Tay tomorrow, and for a couple of days. It's the closing of the salmon season tomorrow. So at Kenmouth Hotel, which is I think it's the oldest inn in Scotland. A beautiful hotel actually, and on the wall, they've got a glass case that goes over a piece of Robert Burns' handwriting. He wrote a verse of a poem on the wall in there beside the fireplace, and it's still there in his handwriting. Brilliant. Looks out over where the Loch Tay meets the River Tay. So today I was down and checking out all the camping gear. So I've got a nice log burner.
Some lad, Robert Burns, there was a local church near where I was brought up in the Borders. They wrote on the wall there that it was the coldest kirk he had ever been in or something. But he seemed to just go about writing in was. He must have been a hooligan. He just went about writing in folks' was and things. And some guy. He'd been everywhere. Everywhere you go, Robert Burns had something to do with it. He was all over the place.
I was going to speak to you about this. I think we should do a really big feature about that in January.
Absolutely.
We'll maybe get folk on to recite poetry better than I do. I do a good to a haggis. I know a few folk. There's a couple of really good Burns ones that people haven't heard before. So
I done To a Mouse when I was at school. That was the one I learnt at school.
Coor and Timorous Beastie.
Yeah, what a panic's in now, Beastie.
Exactly.
That's about it. That's about my. So it's good. So yeah, so we just thought we'd come on tonight, have a couple of tunes, tell you something about Sunday night's show. Anybody out there, let us know you're there. Share about.
There's Ian McPhee. That's my uncle that's on there. And I remember when I was in my early teens, I was on holiday, my school holidays. He was a gamekeeper at Glenturret Estate. And I remember going out the hill with him one day in the Land Rover, and he told me a piece of Burns poetry, but I don't think Burns wrote it. If he's watching, he'll know exactly the poem I'm talking about. But there you go.
Maybe he did.
Well, he maybe did actually.
He's quite a guy. There's a few stories out there. Anyway,
what's on the menu tonight? What are you playing, Peter?
Well, I thought tonight I would do a wee set of reels. usually the time-honoured fashion when they started the dance in the old days, especially balls, like say your ball with likes of the armies and Atholl Highlanders and that. They used to start with a grand march in the olden days.
Right.
You know, start with a grand march. And then one of the dances they used to kind of fell into fashion that they would do after it was a dance called the Circassian Circle. And one of the reasons they would do the Circassian Circle is because it's a kind of progressive kind of dance and it makes people mix. So they would be mixing and dancing with different partners straight away. So it was kind of a break the ice to the beginning of the night, you know. And just hope that nobody fancied your wife too much and you still went home with her at the end of the night.
Or did.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm going to play Circassian Circle. The second tune's called Dancing the Baby. A lot of pipers play Dancing the Baby, call it Rocking the Baby.
Rocking the Baby. I was going to say that's we played that as a jig.
Yeah, play it as a jig. I'm going to play it as a reel, Dancing the Baby. Ian Bowry and his band used to play that in the olden days, the Persia band. Ian Bowry.
I recognise it from there.
Then, thank you. There's Ali Mixon. We still do start with the march, the Grand March. Yeah, nothing like a big, nice Grand March. And then the only thing that happens with Grand Marches up here in Shetland sometimes is they always have a Grand March at the beginning of a wedding in Shetland. It's still tradition to this day. There's always a Grand March. And you always have a conductor to tell them what way to go in that. And it's all very good until somebody makes a mess of it and it all goes wrong. You only get one chance at a wedding and that's it, too late. So, and then the last one's a tune by the late Jim Johnson that's called Highland Lassie as opposed to Highland Laddie. So that's 3 reels I'm going to batter out here.
Look forward to it, Peter.
So enjoy and have a wee hooch. And nice to see Ali Meek there. He's on the ball with the Grand Marches and all that stuff.
All right.
Good. Here we go. There we go.
Fantastic.
It's aerials.
I remember years and years ago playing that tune in the Ballinlough again. I was on the pipes, and the guy in the box was a guy called Ian Cameron.
Oh yes, I know Ian. Yeah.
And we hadn't played with each other at all. It was new folk that had bought the hotel, and we hadn't played with each other at all. And I think he said, "You know any tunes?" And we got to Rockin' the Baby, and that's when you mentioned that tonight. That's when I heard it again. As soon as you mentioned the Ian Powrie way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he started playing it that way, and I was still playing it as a jig. It went down fine enough.
Ian Cameron's a great box player. He's composed some really nice tunes as well. I've got one of his tunes in one of my CDs, the Pomander jig he wrote, Cracking jig. And he used to play with a fiddle player from Perthshire called Jimmy Brown.
Uh-huh.
And the two of them used to play together, and it was brilliant, really good. A Sonola accordion. See that? I can even remember what kind of accordion he played.
Well, he does. He said that he still gets a tune. He still plays, but he was away all the time for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe about 20 years ago, I remember when we first moved to Ballinlough, and we were getting, and he was, and everybody used to mention about his. He said that he used as a accordion used to gather quite a lot of attention. He said a lot of folk liked it. It was a good one.
Yeah. He was a great character. Great character.
And a great font of knowledge, like right into his history. He could tell you anything about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right into it. Great. Aye.
One of the things I was going to mention tonight as well was our YouTube channel.
Yeah, of course.
We've had a lot of guests, previous guests and friends of the show and all that have been sending me videos to put onto the YouTube channel, which we've been uploading. Between Karen and we've been uploading quite a lot of them. So I think there's about 7 or 8 maybe went on in the last couple of days of different artists that we've had on. And it's brilliant. It's great to see all these people together and obviously in the YouTube channel there's other shows, the actual shows, but these are additional videos that people are putting on that they've maybe done themselves, like say Andy Chung actually singing in Killiecrankie, singing Killiecrankie and things like that, you know. So it's really good to see, you know. So I would highly recommend you go out and have a look at our YouTube channel whenever you can, folks.
Yeah, and think people, there's hours and hours and hours worth of material in this on the YouTube.
Already, yeah, there's going to be. Because when you think there's about 6 or 7 shows on there already, and they're 2 hours long nearly each, so there's a lot of material, and with all these other videos going on, it's going to be really nice to sit and watch through. Pete Clarkson one as well.
Yeah, think about this as a winter project, a music winter project for you, because one of the things that has staggered me is every guest that we've come on the show, and I've looked at there's Claire Gullen, for example, last week, who's got her own podcast. I've spent hours listening to her podcast, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, there must be millions of these podcasts or radio, online shows like this, or just artists that's got Will Pound that's going to be a future guest in the show. He's got hours and hours and hours of material that is breathtaking.
Well, one of the guests for Sunday night that I'll talk about after you've had a wee tune, he's got a lot of some amazing amounts of hits on some of his videos, so it'll be really interesting.
I've spent a lot of time this week listening to him. Interesting to hear what you say about him.
Are you going to give us a wee tune tonight?
I'll give you a couple of tunes. I was going to play some Strathspeys, but then I've seen Ali Meek's been on quite a lot. He's a regular now, so He was mentioning about the Grand March and the Atholl Highlanders. So I'll dedicate a couple of tunes to Ali Meek tonight, I think.
Magic.
And I'm going to play the March Off 6/8 that the Atholl Highlanders play when they're marching off from their parade in May. And it's leaving Port Askaig and the 10th HLI crossing the River Rhine.
Great tunes. And do you know Ali Meek there? Ali Meek's even got a more manly beard than me.
Aye.
You seen it? Man,
Yeah.
what a beard that is. That's cracker.
Yeah.
You can be up here as a Viking at Up Helly, no problem at all.
Aye.
Just walk into the pub.
It's a great beard. It's a great beard. Great big ginger thing. He looks the part. And I'll also dedicate this tunes. I was getting my dinner and testing out a log fire down in a couple of friends' house tonight down in Murphley. So I had my tea down there, and I think they're still sitting out in front of the logs if there's any left. So I'll dedicate the song to them as well.
Cool.
Good luck.
Brilliant.
Couple of great matches then.
Lovely tunes.
Aye, great, 6/8, sir.
I love leaving Port
That's a
Askaig.
cracker, aye. A real cracker.
Great tune. Did you know, do you ken there's been some folk nominating us for the Trad Awards or something?
No, there's been a bit. I've been getting back. Aye, I've heard that.
I've had a few messages from folks saying just voted for you, nominated you or something, so I don't really know what's going on there. But if they are, thank you very much, folks. And if you feel like nominating us for the Trad Awards, I'm not sure what section we're in.
We'll leave that as a surprise. Who?
I don't think there is a comedy section, is there?
No, but it's a great. Why not? You know, nominate, go for it because.
Well, I'll tell you one. It won't be. I won't be in the Gaelic singing section.
No, we've had
I'm not good at that.
Well,
So.
we've had Gaelics harder than you think. Yeah.
But so that was that's brilliant. If folk are doing
No,
that,
that's great, and it's a great, because how many weeks have we been doing this, Peter? Really, and for folk to even mention it, or for folk to put their names forward, that's a massive honour. Thank you very much. That's flattering.
I saw Alan Barnett there from Canada getting in touch as well. I'm actually going to do a wee thing. Hopefully I'll speak to Alan tomorrow night rather. I'm going to hopefully do a wee live thing just myself. He's sent me over books. He's done quite a few compositions, and he's brought a wee book out, and I'm hoping to play some of the tunes online for him. And then if anybody wants a book, they can get in touch with me, kind of style thing, because it was the easiest way for him to do it. So we've done that. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow night, and then I'll speak to Alan after that, and then take it from there. So we have a great show coming up on Sunday night again as well.
We'd better mention the other guests.
Yes.
The other guests. So on the other guests that we've got in the show, and they're not musicians, for a change. I don't think we've had anybody on yet that's not been a musician.
Well, one of them is. Later on. The guests on Sunday night.
No, but there'll be two.
Yeah.
Husband and wife.
Oh yeah, and then we've got another guest as well.
3 guests. Yeah, but the one's a musician, and then the other 2 that are on, they'll be on together. So we've not had.
Oh yes.
So there's Jean Swanston, who's a Highland dancing teacher in Highland Perthshire here, and a great, fantastic knowledge of Highland games in general, and the Highland dancing circuit. So she's on to speak about what her role in Highland dancing has been, and where she is, and some history behind that. And her husband, who was chieftain at the Crieff Highland Games, which celebrated their 150th this year. He was chieftain a few years ago, and that he's going to come on and he runs the heavy events. I get involved in some Gaelic. Check Chris out there. I'll try it. So he's going to talk about the setting up for the heavies, and he does all the big, like the stone throwing, the hammer throwing, tug of war. He organises all that around the Highland Games as well. And a great stocksman as well, a great farmer. So he's on to speak. The pair of them will be on together, which is a great
magic.
Pass on some great local knowledge from this area as well. So what's going to happen is I'll probably get dressed up in the kilt that night, and I'll play some Highland dancing tunes.
All right, brilliant.
The ones that Jean will speak about, I'll maybe play the music for them, I think.
Fantastic, brilliant. And then John can maybe give me some instruction on how to better my caber tossing.
I think so. Yeah.
I think I'd be quite good at it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
a good technique you've got there. Yeah.
No, I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be fascinating. And I had a wee look online, and I was looking at Jean, and yeah, as you say, yeah, absolutely been there, been right through the whole system.
Great font of knowledge, and a real. She ran a Zoom. She'll speak about this as well, and where the idea came from. It came from something that happened decades before when she was younger. There was something, but she ran a online Highland dancing Zoom class through the summer or through the lockdown, and I picked that for her for that, and it was a great success and great fun, really good.
Magic, great. I'm really looking forward to that. And I noticed in one of the photographs online there was a lady called Celia Orr that was in one of the photos as well, and she was the local dance teacher in Lanarkshire, where I was, not far from where I was at all. So sounds like they really know each other. They probably will know each other. I'm sure it's like anything in these scenes, everybody knows each other.
Yeah, of course it is.
But I'm really looking forward to that. So we're going to be covering Highland dancing and a bit of history and Highland games and heavy events, the lot.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really looking forward to that. The other guest we have on Sunday night is a chap that's probably one of the busiest, well, bar just now in COVID times, but in normal times, I would say Leonard Brown that we have coming on. Leonard's probably one of the busiest accordion players working just now, to be honest. Leonard's for South Shields. So he's kind of from the north of Englandshire. And I'm really looking forward to having him on. He's a real entrepreneur for the music. He puts on all his own shows and theatres and all that kind of stuff, brings guests in and puts on real big package holiday weekends, all that kind of stuff, all to do with traditional music and dancing and Ceilidh dancing and all that. He was also, I mean, we're going to talk a lot about what he'd done and we'll get into more depth, but he was a pianist originally, studied piano, and then he was also done Irish dancing for 4 years. So it's quite interesting. We've got an Irish dancer and a Highland dancer on, and then he took up the accordion, and in 2012 he was the second Englishman to win the Scottish Championships at Perth. The first was Robert Whitehead, who we had on in a previous show a while ago. Right. So really, really looking forward to it. Leonard actually sent me even a video tonight. So it's on the YouTube channel. So if you want to Google Leonard or go into our YouTube channel. In fact, the one he sent me tonight is not traditional at all. It's an ABBA medley, which is incredible, but absolutely amazing. You know.
I was listening today on Spotify as well, and fantastic range of music that he plays.
Yeah. But he's a real character and entertainer as well. So I have no doubts we're going to have a few laughs.
Great.
So I'm really looking forward to it. So we have got a brilliant show for Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. Great show. I'm looking forward to it.
So if you've now else today on Sunday night, 8 o'clock to 9:30. Well, we always say 9:30, but I don't think we ever finish at 9:30. It's usually about 9:45 or so. Yeah. But you never know. So we'll start at 8. Let's go for we start at 8.
Yeah.
And
pass on. And again, with the YouTube ones, if you know people that would enjoy catching up with all this stuff, because there's a lot of folk enjoying listening to a range of different people. There's all sorts in the show.
Yeah, that's right. If you think somebody might be really interested in about Scottish history with the Highland dancing, etc., just go for it. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be good. There we go. I'm gonna have to go before long because I'm running out of battery.
Well,
my phone, not me.
Oh, right. No worries. Well, I've had a great week, and I've got camping to do. I'll tell you all about my camping stories between now and it's the reason that I'm in Kenmore's for the end of the salmon season. So I might try. There's Alistair there. Look. I might try and get some stories in about the salmon fishing up here. There's some great stories up here about it. So.
Yeah, are you taking a rod?
No, it's the end of the season. I'll get done.
Oh, is it finished?
I'm piping at the end. They do fireworks and I pipe. It's beautiful up at Kenmore, where the boats are parked. They've got guests and a fireworks show at the hotel. They've got some guests. They're sticking to the numbers, but they're still going to do it to like symbolise the end of the season, if you want to call it that. But it's great because I get in a boat right at the church at Kenmore, and I go out and I come all the way up the loch, and then under the bridge. I'm piping under the bridge, and then I jump off at the hotel, and then pipe up to the hotel, and they set the fireworks off. It's a fantastic evening. It's great.
Well, you were going to say you jumped off the bridge.
I know. Not James
really?
Bond.
So you're playing in the boat then the whole time?
I play in the boat. I've got a great photograph. I might try and get the photograph up.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Send it to Karen and we'll try and get that up to show folk.
Aye, that's great.
That'd be excellent. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you all done in your kilt, of course.
Yeah.
No waders.
No.
Waders and kilts didn't really go, do they? Kind of.
Not really. No.
Aye. It look like a shuttlecock or something.
I know. Look terrible.
Anyway, folks, thank you very much for hearing our waffle. Please share this on. Let everybody ken the show's on live, Facebook, YouTube, 8 o'clock UK time, Sunday night. Love it if you can join us.
Me too.
And wherever you are, please take care and stay safe out there just now. Bit of a bumpy road we're on just now, but hopefully we'll get it flattened out eventually and get back to something that we knew before. Anyway, okay, Chris. Good night, folks. Take care. And it's good night from me.
And a good night from him.
Yep.